Hello, hello. Coming on today to talk about MRT testing, mediated release testing. I have had so many questions since we're covering inflammation in June about MRT testing, and many of you know it's a staple in my practice and that it personally helped me manage my MCAS and now managing inflammation with lipedema and some food and gut issues there just related to needing to lose weight. So I wanted to come on and explain a little bit about what MRT testing is and how it compares to other types of immunologic type of tests that may be out there or on the market. So the first test that many of you might be familiar with is IgE testing. That is anaphylactic testing for food allergies. The next type of test is IgG testing, and that tests for food antibodies, and it looks for the presence of high food antibodies. And it doesn't specifically tell you if these foods are good or bad, only that you have a high count. So one of the issues with that particular test is that you have to then avoid those foods and reintroduce them and sort of backtrack that way to see whether or not those foods are what may be causing issues for you. So the test that I do in my practice or offer in my practice is MRT testing, mediated release testing. It's different in that it is an endpoint test. So it looks at your blood against 176 foods and food chemicals, and it will show you exactly which of those food antigens or chemicals are causing an inflammatory response in your specific body. And when I say inflammatory response, it looks at the aggravation of an increase of mast cells or cytokines. Cells like that can stir up inflammation in the body are activated when you eat or ingest something that doesn't agree with your system. And then that causes an inflammatory response. So that's how MRT testing works. Who the test is best for is, wide open. I've used it for so many different people, but it's definitely for people who feel like they constantly have a struggle with GI issues. So somebody that may be struggling with, sort of stagnant weight gain and can't quite figure out maybe why they're having an inflammatory response to certain foods that they eat and they have some GI issues. It's great for people that have things like lipedema or lymphedema or lupus or rheumatoid arthritis or any of these other conditions where you may want to know what may be increasing inflammatory markers in your body, since eating low inflammation for those conditions can be really helpful. And lastly, it's for anybody that just wants to sort of have a healthy gauge on what is best for their particular body. Sometimes if you're experiencing fatigue, joint pain, brain fog, all those things, you may not be associating those things with eating foods that may be causing those. You may just think, you're busy in your job, you've got a family, you're running errands, all these things, and that's why you feel that way. And that might be the case. But it may also be because you're eating something day in and day out that doesn't agree with your system. So this sort of looks at your blood. The blood doesn't lie. It tells you exactly what's causing inflammation. And then there's a protocol that I walk you through after we do the blood test. And so that's how the program works. If you want to know more information about it, just message me here and I can get you more information or give you a phone call and walk you through exactly how the testing works in my practice. And I will say that I started offering MRT testing because I used it on myself. I had some GI issues dealing with MCAS, and then now I'm using it with my recent lipedema, lymphedema diagnosis to manage my inflammation. And I've used it with many, many other lippy ladies and clients and have seen great outcomes so far. So that's who the test is for. It's also for people, like I said, that just want to manage GI issues or maybe struggling to lose weight for some inflammatory reasons. So there you have it, folks. If you have more questions, just message me and I'm happy to give you more information. See you next time. Bye.